G'day all. With the sun setting behind me on what was a 40+ degree day, I'm out in South Australia's Mallee country. Normally out chasing birds and other wildlife, tonight we have something completely different. Out in nature's picture theatre, with the big flat screen, looking for bugs.
So hang around and join me, as with the sun slowly disappearing below the horizon, it won't be long before all types of fascinating creatures from the world of insects line up to make an appearance. Insects of all shapes, sizes and colours, appearing on the big stage, or nature's flat screen of life as I'm calling it, which is disguised as an illuminated white sheet hung between two poles.
So we're all set up now. Just got a pretty basic 12 volt setup with a couple of UV lights out the back, helping to draw those bugs in, and on the front a couple of spotlights. They're pointed directly at the white sheet, looking like the moon, and really helping those bugs be drawn in. So we'll just be patient, see what else arrives. There's a few bugs starting to appear now. Hopefully we'll get some bigger ones. So yeah, just a matter of being patient now.
Before the sun has even set, the lights are shining and the bugs are already starting to appear. Small bugs at first, such as leafhoppers and the ant-like flower beetles, all will be seen in large numbers navigating around the screen throughout the night. And this Rutherglen bug, a member of the seed bug family. But either way, all dwarfed by this menacing looking bull ant. Easily mistaken for a species of wasp, which is not surprising, as wasps, ants and bees are all closely related, belonging to the large order of insects called Hymenoptera. Like many species of insects and spiders, this bull ant has multiple types of eyes. Its easily identifiable large compound eyes, located either side of its head. These complex organs, offering amongst other attributes, a wide field of view and efficiencies in detecting motion along with movement. And if you look closely on top of the head, you will notice a triangular shaped group of 3 lumps. These are simple eyes or ocelli. Simple eyes are light detecting organs, primarily for light intensity, direction and changes in illumination. The green lacewing. Everything about this insect looks out of proportion, from its large compound eyes either side of its head, its long thin antennae being whipped around, and those long translucent vein-filled wings. As larvae, they have ferocious appetites for pest bugs, such as aphids, mites, and mealybugs. So as a beneficial insect, good to have around the home garden. Once the larvae have morphed into adults, they feed on nectar, pollen, and honeydew. Check out this amazing close-up of the bristlefly. On show are its meticulous grooming behaviours, rubbing its front legs together to remove any debris collected while cleaning itself. So meticulous, in fact, the bristlefly practices sequential cleaning. Starting at the head, it will clean itself in order: head, thorax, then abdomen, taking time to clean its front and hind legs along the way. Normally flies are associated with maggots in the flesh of decaying animals. However, the bristlefly is a parasitoid, meaning they hunt out a host insect to lay their eggs on. When the eggs hatch, the larvae make their way into the insect, where their larvae will then eat the insect from the inside out. Gruesome, I know. But once they become adults, they are less gruesome, feeding on pollen and nectar. A member of the shield bug family, or as many would call them, stink bugs. With needle-like mouthparts, they are sap-sucking herbivores. Used to deter predators, when under threat the shield bug can excrete a pungent liquid from their thoracic glands, located under the thorax. This almost white shield bug is still a nymph, and still going through its final stages of metamorphosis to becoming an adult. The shapes, sizes, and colorations in the insect world are endless, and their camouflaging abilities have evolved to make them blend in with their environment, making them difficult to see in the wild. I would guess because everything is trying to eat them. However, with the bright lights attracting a diverse range of insects, The white sheet makes them easy to not only see and film, but also highlights their delicate detail. Including this Mantidfly, a small predator of the insect world. Similar in appearance to the praying mantis, its claw-like front legs form part of the insect's six-leg structure. However, unlike most insects, along with the praying mantis, the Mantidfly only uses the back forelegs to walk. The front claw legs are only used to catch unsuspecting prey. This one using the artificial light to its full advantage, sizing up suitable prey before capturing it within its vice-like grip, tearing it apart and devouring it, all while the unlucky victim is still alive. Ant, lion, lacewing. These insects belong to the same family as the Mantidfly, and at first glance look surprisingly similar. Both have elongated bodies and a delicate lace-winged appearance. The key difference is in their front limbs. Mantidflies have large raptorial mantis-like claws used for grabbing prey, while antlion lacewings have thin, simple legs, giving them both different hunting styles. Despite their large, intricate, vein-filled, translucent wings, they are weak flyers, relying on short fluttering bursts rather than sustained flight. Preferring dry, sandy environments, the antlion lacewings are a large, diverse family of insects which are found worldwide. Amongst the hundreds of bugs being attracted to the lights are also the many species of moths. Moths of all shapes, sizes, patterns and colorations. Some easy to identify, like this heliotrope moth, or affectionately known as the salt and pepper moth, due to its markings of red and black sprinkled over its white wings. Like most of the moth species, it's only when you take a closer look do their absolute beauty stand out. Moths belong to the large order of insects called Lepidoptera. This order also includes butterflies. Worldwide, it's estimated there are over 160,000 species of moths, with around 20,000 of these found in Australia, with many more species yet to be described or even found. Described means the insect has been found and importantly recognised as different, but has not been formally named or scientifically documented yet. This is common in the insect world due to their sheer numbers, their short-lived nature, and the fact many species look very similar. With moths covering a vast order, it's hard to fathom such a large group of insects where only a small fraction are ever seen, but I guess you could say that about most of the insect world. For instance, everyone knows about the annoying fly or the biting mosquito, to name a few of the more common insects. However, most go about their business under the cover of darkness, inconspicuous to the life around them. The bigger beetles of the night are starting to be drawn into the light, and none bigger than the next two members of the rhinoceros beetle family. This one a little clumsy, and perhaps uncoordinated to land on the sheet. However, this one had no issues. These large, strong, but slow-moving beetles are covered with a hard exoskeleton that protects against predators. Spending most of their lives as a grub, they live underground or inside decaying logs, where they eventually turn into a pupa before emerging into the beetle you see here now. Closely related to the green lacewing, antlion lacewing, and the Mantidfly seen earlier is the very striking Owlfly. You can see how they are easily mistaken for a dragonfly. However, there are key differences, with one being their amazing large bulging owl-like eyes, neon blue in the artificial light, and those club-like antennae. But similar to the dragonfly is their skilled aerial abilities, where they catch flies and other small insects mid-air. The Owlfly has sensed a big gust of wind, so has dropped its wings in order to protect its delicate structures against any possible damage. Apparently Owlflies are uncommon in South Australia, so great to see. The very warm night has definitely got the insects active. Blue piedish beetle. This somewhat flat broad-bodied beetle is a harmless scavenger feeding on decaying plant matter and is a member of the darkling family of beetles. This more rounded beetle is also a member of the darkling family of beetles. I have heard these beetles referred to as the Darth Vader beetles for I guess the similar appearance to the Star Wars character. Let me know in the comments if you can see the resemblance. A field cricket. Like most cricket species active during the warmer months where they can be heard chirping away once the sun has gone down. This noise is made by the cricket rubbing their wings together. A close-up look at any insect will reveal their mind-blowing detail, from tiny sensory hairs to complete eyes and finely jointed legs. Their finely shaped contours highlighted by well-defined markings and patterns. Only ever seen when time is taken to stop and admire something up close. And while we're on the subject of being up close, check out this menacing looking spider wasp. It didn't hang around long, but luckily it landed in the perfect position, and with a quick tilt of the tripod, I was able to get this footage of this amazing insect. Normally resting during the night, they are very active hunters during the day, where they search out primarily huntsman spiders, but will also hunt out other large spiders such as wolf spiders. Another special encounter with an insect which looks like it's from the alien world. The Australian fire beetle, which is a member of the jewel beetle family. This beetle prefers warmth, and the warmer the better, which is why they are out in numbers tonight. Even though it's almost midnight, the temperature is still well above 35 degrees Celsius. Australian fire beetles seek out freshly burnt areas, where they use these fire grounds for reproduction and foraging, hence where they get their name from. They even have infrared receptors on their abdomen for detecting hotspots. This just proves the many adaptations of the insect world are truly amazing. This small insect doing its best not to stay in focus is the aptly named thread-legged bug, a member of the assassin bug family. They are predatory towards other insects, so its quivering behaviour may be to imitate an injured insect. The thread-legged bug may be small, but apparently their bite packs a nasty punch, so be careful around these tiny bugs. The robber fly. It may not pick your pocket, but if you're another small insect it might just steal your life, as these insects are also predatory towards others. Once prey has been spotted, they will fly from their stationary position, catching their victim mid-air in their powerful legs, which are also tipped with tiny claws, lethally injecting their prey with poisons and unleashing powerful enzymes to help consume and digest its prey from the inside, only leaving the exoskeleton to be discarded. A gruesome way to end this video, but in the insect world it's eat or be eaten. So I hope you enjoyed this close-up look at only a small fraction of South Australia's insects. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching.